everybody, welcome! My name is Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and we are ready to tackle Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game! And we were going to play Quest 1 of the Uneasy Alliance mission or scenario, which is called A Foul Stench. Okay, so some things were happening in the sewers according to Jod. And of course we need some heroes to investigate that. And of course we do have some heroes. We have two heroes. We have the Bright Wizard, and she has 22 hit points to start with. And she has these 4 abilities to her use. She has the rest action, Smoldering Rat. We have the explore action, Burning Sides. We have aid action, it's called Fan the Flames, and we have an attack. We can attack with Fireball. But she doesn't need to do this alone because she is joined by the Warrior Priest. He has a stunning 25 hit points here. He has also a rest action, which is called Battle Prayers. He has an explore action, the Path of Redemption. He has an 8 with his Sigmar's Light, and he has an attack with his Righteous Fury. Alright, if that doesn't sound like a great, cool, enemy-destroying, nemesis-beating team, I have no idea what does. Okay, all these actions, these abilities, what they do, we'll see during the gameplay. First we need to see how this game starts. We don't have anything happen at this moment, but we'll change that immediately. Because of course we are going to places and we need to know which place we are going to, and to know that we just draw the top location of the location deck. You might remember we chose 3 level 1 locations at the beginning of the game during setup, and the 4th card here is the Lair of Odious Grump, which you might still remember is our nemesis. This guy needs to be defeated. Okay, so the first location we have is a crumbling bridge, some ruins. The narrow bridge is the only way forward. Many enemies stand on the bridge, blocking the path. Alright, so this crumbling bridge is the setting of our first encounter, and we'll see a few different numbers and stuff on the card. So first we are going to spawn some creatures, and we have these creatures which have a red skull behind them and one with the black-gray skull. Now that means we have to spawn 3 engaging enemies, so they will attack us, they will see that they can get to us, but one will be lurking in the shadows somewhere behind there, and we will have to see what that is, so we will not know it. 6 is a number of successes we need to put on there of these progress tokens before we can leave this place and go to the next one. And of course this location has a special ability or a special rule, and that says before the party travels from this location, so you go to the next location, all the enemies will activate and then ready. Okay, so we would like to defeat everything that's here before we move on to the next location. So that's location number 1. Let's put that here. Now we still need some enemies. Now I've chosen the starting player token to give it to the Bright Wizard, because that was the first one we have randomly chosen. So we will divide the enemies here, and that means we take the top card of the enemy deck. The first one will go to the party's leader, the Bright Wizard. Then the next one will go to the Warrior Priest, and the third one will go to the Bright Wizard again. Okay, so we start with an elite one, so that might be bad news. It is the Knight Goblin Archer, which is a greenskin and an elite. These are certain words that might work with other cards. This is his armor, so he has no armor. These are his hit points, how many he needs to get before he dies. And this one is, well, how much hit points, how much damage he does when he manages to get through our defense. So we have a knight, goblin archer engaging with the bright wizard. We have, oh man, you might know me, I'm the worst shuffler and I'm the worst dice roller you'll ever meet. So I have another elite one to start with, the elite version of the rat swarm. 4 hit points, no armor. Luckily it doesn't do too much of damage, but it might do us harm anyway. So that one will engage with the warrior priest, and then we have a third one, and it is a clan rat. It's a Skaven. You might know Skavens from the Warhammer Quest world. By the way, I don't know too much of this world. I only know the names because in a very, very far past, I used to play some Blood Bowl, and those had Skavens as well. Okay, so Skavens, 1 armor, 1 hit point, and 1 damage if they attack us. Those, well, he isn't that hard, luckily for us. And we also have 1 other enemy here. I have no idea what it is. We know is there something there in the shadows waiting to engage us or waiting to be attacked. Who knows? Okay, and now that we know what's happening, well, we have the first phase of a round. Now, every round there is, well, there are 4 phases, as denoted here on the back of the rulebook. So, we have first the hero phase, which we are going to do now. So each hero will be taking 2 actions and hope to defeat some enemies, put some success tokens or progress tokens on the location, and so on and so on. Then the enemies will react and will act as they please or as they need. Then we will do whatever the locations say. We will check if the location has all needed counters on them, so we might travel to the next location. And then we have the peril phase, where things in this story might happen. Okay, so, but first we'll have, of course, the hero phase, and we start with the leader, with the start player, which is the bright wizard. Okay, so what can she do? She has 4 options, of course. She has 4 actions that she can use. So let's see what all these actions are. She could rest with her smoldering rod, and each time you do an action, you'll do whatever the card says from top to bottom. Okay, so this case, she could exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. So she could choose one of these 2 here, exhaust it, and maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but exhausting means in most games that you put it sideways, and that way it shows you that it is not active anymore, so it cannot act the way it wants to. So that's something we can do. After we do that, we can rest. We roll some dice, we see if we get some attacks from enemies. And if our remaining health was 4 or less before this action, we get 2 more successes. This symbol stands for successes. So resting, you do that to lose some wounds. Oops, that belongs here. Then she could also explore with her burning sight. And a little bit strange, that's something I've noticed before. So the artwork, pretty cool of course, as we are used from Fantasy Flight stuff. But it's a little bit strange if you have a female hero character and she has burning sight, well, that she suddenly turns into a red-bearded man. That's a little bit strange, but okay. Anyway, when exploring, she can roll a die, and I'm sorry about the noises in the background you might hear. I have these neighbors with these children that makes so much noise. I don't mind children, but man, are they loud. So, whatever. Sorry about that. Anyway, so after rolling the dice, which tells us how many progress tokens we can put on a card, we can draw and resolve 1 dungeon card, which can be awesome, which also can be bad if we are unlucky. Then she if with the card I want to say he, but she can choose to suffer up to 2 wounds to claim 1 success token for each wound she suffers. And success tokens are these tokens here. They are put on a certain skill, and they can be used later to, well, boost up that skill a little bit. And then this is a special one. Each one has 1. It might be rest, explore, whatever. With this symbol here, that means when you have used this card, you ready all other cards, and readying means, of course, the other side of exhausting. If a card is like this, you can put it back like that, and you can use it again later. Next thing she can do is fan the flames. It is 8. And when aiding, she rolls a certain number of dice. Again, each time we roll dice, we'll see if the enemies react to it. I'll explain that later, I'll show you later. Then she can choose a target hero, so herself or her partner here, and he or she can ready 1 action, and she can suffer 1 wound to claim a success token and ready 1 additional action. Awesome! But then we, of course, we have the attack as well. It means she uses the fireball, she can engage 1 enemy. Now, engaging an enemy means she could choose one of the cards in the shadows, whether it's face up or face down. It will come to her, and so to engage it. And then she can do a ranged attack of 2 dice. And before that action, she can suffer a wound to target 1 additional enemy. So she has the option to attack 2 enemies. Okay, so, well, on the one hand, she would love to exhaust that Night Goblin Archer to get rid of him, because also in the enemy phase he will retreat and then shoot from the shadows first. So he's a pain in the ass to, well, to kill, but I think she's going to aid first. So 8, what does that mean? First of all, she first needs to target a hero, which she will aid. Now she can of course aid herself, which she's going to do. So she will do this for herself. She is going to roll 2 dice. And, well, when rolling dice, so she will take 2 hero dice, 2 of these white dice. But then she will see how many enemies are engaged with her. And for each enemy engaged with her, which is a maximum of 3 by the way, you can never have engaged more than 3 enemies, she takes 1 of these black enemy dice. We will roll all 4 of them, and then we will see what the result is. Alright, 4 dice. And we do have, look at that. Okay, so what do we have here? Now, each one of these axis symbols counts as 1 success. If we have a shield symbol, that means we defend 1 wound, not 1 hit, but 1 wound. And then the black dice, well, this one doesn't do anything, but the other one means that the most powerful enemy will attack first. If there are more wounds, well, if we would have rolled this, both creatures will attack. But in this case, as it is now, we'll have an attack against us. So let's see. So what happens is we have 2 successes here. That means we get to give 2 success tokens to ourselves, and we can divide them any way we want on our actions, but each action cannot have more than 2 of these. And, well, I am thinking about doing some interesting stuff here. I want to put some, well, I'm planning to try to kill the goblin there, so I'm going to put both of them on the fireball. But of course we have an attack as well. That means the Night Goblin Archer is going to inflict his wounds. He does 3 wounds here. We defended against 1, so that means we are going to take 2 wound tokens and put it on the Bright Wizard here. So she's down to 20 hit points. Okay, that was her action. So she aided herself a little bit. Well, it's not nice to help herself, but it might help in the future. Alright, over to the warrior priest. Let's see his cards as well first. He has the battle prayers, the rest card, his rest card, which is the one that puts everything back ready. And this one, if he uses this one, he can exhaust one non-nemesis enemy engaged with him. He can rest with one die. He can choose one hero himself or the bright wizard, and that player becomes encountered, and encountered is this card. That means next action card he or she uses, it does not have to be exhausted, and during that action you get one more success and one defense, and after that action the empowered is gone. Okay, then we have the explore card here, the path of redemption. Explore with 2 dice, then you can draw and resolve one dungeon card, and then you choose one hero who claims a success token, which is pretty cool. Next one is Sigmar's Light. Sigmar's Light is the 8 card, and that means roll 2 dice to aid someone. The hero he chooses can ready one action, and you and that hero that you choose each recover 1 wound. Then we have the last one, the attack, the Righteous Fury. He can engage one enemy. He can attack with 2 dice. Before that action, he can exhaust another action to target an extra enemy and apply +1 success. Cool, interesting. Okay, so what are we going to do with the Warrior Priest? Okay, and the Warrior Priest is going to explore first. That means he is going to do this one here, the Path of Redemption. He will explore with 2 dice, so he'll take 2 white dice. He has 1 enemy engaged with him, so he picks 1 black die. Here we go. Okay, something special again. Because as you can see, we've rolled that special black symbol. Now, first of all, we rolled pretty well here. We rolled 4 successes, which is pretty awesome. But we also rolled this symbol. Now, this symbol you will find on the card of the Nemesis. And each time you roll that symbol, the action next to that symbol will activate. Also, if he's still in his lair. That means in this case we have to distribute 2 wounds among the party. Alright, it's a party and I deal wounds if I want to. Okay, so 2 wounds that we have to deal out, and I think we're just going to give him to the Warrior Priest because he has most hit points here. Okay. But we have 4 successes, so we can take 4 progress tokens here, or 2, but 1 on the tree side, and we can, let's turn the camera, we can put it on the location. That means we are pretty far already in solving this one, because we only need 6 of those. We are not done yet, because we also get to do the next part of the card. We can draw and resolve a dungeon card. Okay, so let's do that. So we draw the top card of the dungeon deck, which are these cards here, and well, we'll see what we have here. Okay, so we have an accessory equipment. It's a lantern. So after the party travels, we can, if we use this card, we may reveal 1 face down enemy, which might be useful. So let's put that next to our character here, and well, that might help us later. And back to the Bright Wizard. Well, I told you before, and I am still planning on doing that. I wanted to attack the enemies over there. So that means we are going to use the fireball here. And what that means is we can engage 1 enemy, so we could choose to take the one from the shadows and bring it to us as well. We're not going to do that. We are going to do the attack right where we are. And before we do that, we can suffer 1 wound to target an additional enemy. So I think we are going to do that. So we'll take 1 wound, or we'll just turn around one of the ones we have and put the other one away. And, well, we target an additional enemy. Also, before rolling, you have to choose what enemies you will attack. I could attack the one in the shadows, because I have ranged attack here, so I could still say I'm going to attack this one here, even if I don't know which one it is. But I think I just attack both of them here in front of me. That means I will use 2 dice, 2 white dice, and again 2 black dice. And before rolling, I have to decide now at this moment, so before I roll, if I'm going to use one or more of my success tokens on the action I'm using. I'm going to do that. I'm going to place them here. I'm going to spend both of them, so I already have 2 successes that I'm sure of. So, but now, let's roll them dice. Okay, let's do this. And let's hope for some good stuff. Not really what I wanted, because we only rolled 1 more success. And, well, we rolled a hit as well. So, what does that mean? Well, this hit means the biggest, the strongest one will attack again. So we get attacked by the knight goblin archer again, but we rolled 2 of these shield symbols. That means only 1 of the 3 damages gets through. So we'll take another wound token. And we do 1, 2, 3 damage to one of both creatures. And, well, in this case, I think we just do this one here. Now, should this have had armor, like the clan rat, it would have absorbed 1 damage before adding the damage to him, but the goblin archers, they are very mobile, they don't like to wear armor, and, well, that's what kills him now, because we can deal 3 wounds to him, and that means the fellow is dead. Alright, so that's it for the fireball, no more stuff to do, so this card is exhausted as well. And now we go to the warrior priest. Okay, now he has to choose what he's going to do, and I think he will attack as well. Now he has the rat swarm against him, which is not that bad because he doesn't do much damage, but he's tough to beat anyway. But he's still going to use Righteous Fury, and that means he can choose to engage 1 enemy. And I'm considering, I think I will let the creature in the shadow, the enemy in the shadow, come to him. And let's see what it is. It's a rat swarm again, but the normal one here. And, well, let's see. 1 inflicting wound, 3 health. So that's pretty, they're pretty tough to beat, because there's a lot of them, of course. Okay, so there are 2 enemies now. Now, he's going to attack. He can roll 2 dice with his attack, but before he does that, he can exhaust another action to target 1 additional enemy and apply +1 success. And, well, he might as well. So he's going to exhaust his 8 card here, the Sigmar Light, and then he will have 3 dice. No, he has 2 dice, sorry, he has 1 success. So let's put that here to remind us. And we have 2 enemies, so 2 black dice as well. Alright, time to roll them. Let's see. Oh man, I'm rolling really bad, to be honest. This is a situation. We get 1 hit. Well, they both do 1 damage. I get to defend 1, so nothing happens there. But sadly enough, we only have 2 successes, so we are going to deal some wounds here. And, well, we might as well just target the small one here. He's got 2 wounds now. Not enough to kill him. And that's sad, because I wanted to kill at least 1. But that didn't happen. So that means both of my heroes have done their 2 actions. So we are going to the enemy phase. And first we have, of course, our leader, the Bright Wizard, and the leader is still engaged by this clan rat here. Okay, that means he will do his actions, and these actions are, well, it's pretty cool. There are pictured here with the words, and you do them from left to right. So in this case, if this one should have been in the shadows and face up, because otherwise we wouldn't notice the advance word, it would come from the shadows and engage with an enemy. Well, in this case, this doesn't do anything because it's already there, but of course he has the inflict word here. That means he'll attack and he'll do his damage. So that means one more damage for the Bright Wizard. Things are going pretty fast here. After he does his action, he gets exhausted, and we go to the next hero, which is of course the Warrior Priest. He has two enemies engaged with him. We choose one of both. We can choose whichever does his action first. Doesn't matter in this case. I'm going to remove this, by the way. And that means this one advances, if he could advance, and then he'll inflict as well 1 damage here. And that means we exhaust him, and then we go to the other player again. But, well, that player, the Bright Wizard, doesn't have any engaged creatures anymore. Or there are no creatures in the shadows, so we go already back to the Warrior Priest. The Red Swarm will do 1 damage as well, so we put another damage token here, and then we'll exhaust. As soon as every enemy has done their thing, we will ready them again. Okay, and then it is the next phase, which is the location phase. Now, we just check if something happens because of the location. That's not the case. We'll also check if something, if we manage to complete the number of successes or progress we needed for that location. That didn't happen either, so the location phase is done. We're going now to the last phase of a round, the peril phase. And also that's very simple this round. That means we just take the token here on this track, the peril track, and we move it 1 space further. Now, we didn't reach a certain color. The first one will be green, so we don't have to do anything that is written there. So this round is ready. We will go to the next one, but I think I will do that in the next video. I have this feeling I've been filming a long time already, because I'm explaining everything. Next playthrough, well, next part will be a little bit faster, I promise. You can use this a little bit as a tutorial. Anyway, thanks for watching this one. We're already taking quite some wounds here. The Bright Wizard has taken 5 wounds. The Warrior Priest has taken 4. But, well, we'll see what we can do the next time to be a little bit better in that thing. Alright, I thank you all for watching this part already. I hope you liked it. And I'll see you pretty soon for the next part. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.